What's up, guys? So the first step here is to jack up your car and remove the two rear tires. After you remove the tires, you want to remove the bolt from the control arm. And the control arm here is this purple looking thing. It goes down and bolts into the sway bar right there. It's fairly easy to remove. You just need a Allen key. Here you'll see me sticking an Allen key right into the middle of the bolt. And so after you have the Allen key in place, you need to grab a 14mm wrench, and the wrench goes on the bolt right there. And then you want to hold one hand on the Allen key and one hand on the wrench and just untwist lefty-loosey. And so after you have that loose, you can just remove the bolt and your control arm pops right off. A tip for you guys having difficulty removing the control arm, or the bolt on the control arm rather, the threads actually are smaller near the end, so I had difficulty removing it, but you can use a wrench here, a vice grip, as shown, and you can grip it at the end right there, and then use a socket wrench. But doing this method, you will have to at least loosen up the bolt with the Allen key and the wrench. And then from there you can use your socket wrench to undo the rest of it. Moving on to the bushings, there are two bushings just like the control arm on the left and right of the car. They are bolted down from the top down. Right there you'll see the left and the right both have bolts. And to remove that, you just want to use a 12mm socket wrench, a deep socket wrench, and just untwist and they'll pop right off. Here you can see I got one side loose already, and I'm doing the last bolt on there. After you remove all that, the sway bar will just fall down and it's totally unremoved from the car now. Tip number 2 I have for you guys here is to remove the exhaust hanger. That will create a little bit more room to remove your sway bar and just make it that much easier. Here you can see I've already removed the exhaust hanger, but I'm going to put it back in and show you how I removed that. First, you want to use a lubricant such as WD-40, any oil type, liquid wrench type stuff will work. And with you want to spray that on, let it soak for a little bit, then this piece, the silicone, will just pop right off. You just need to use a little bit of force, pull it off. And there you go, you have your exhaust hangers undone. And again, that should create enough room to allow you to remove the sway bars now. After everything's removed, you need to drill out the factory holes. Here I'm using 7/16. The instructions actually call for 13/32, but 7/16 is an alternative if you can't find it. So you drill from the bottom to the top here and just do that to all 4 sides. After everything's on the car has been completed, you just want to install these the new bushings onto the sway bar. Here you can see there's an opening for that. You just slip that right into the sway bar. First though, you want to use the supplied grease or lubricant and just apply a little bit to that into the insides and then install that. Now that you got the bushing on, just put the sway bar back on and install. Here though, it's very important. It comes with this backing plate. And this backing plate is actually just going to sandwich the factory holes. You can see me putting it in from the top there. Sorry about the camera. So you just slip that right into there. Put the bolts down from the top. And then take the bushing on the sway bar. Push that right up against it and then bolt it in from the bottom. Lastly, don't forget about the control arm bolts. And a tip here is the hole on the sway bar here on the top, right there I'm pointing to, and then the one on the bottom. The top one is your softer setting, and the second hole, the one on the lower part, is your firmer setting. Now just bolt that into whichever one you want to, and use the factory screw, and you're good to go. Alright guys, that's it for the sway bar install. It's a pretty easy process and pretty cost-effective mod. Sorry about the video quality. It was recorded on my iPhone and it was pretty unexpected. As always though, subscribe to my channel. Check out my channel for other Acura TSX related videos. And I will see you guys in the next one.